Python is increasing due to its adaptable nature. It can be used for data science, machine learning, deep learning, and so on. If you are planning to opt your career as a Python developer, then I'm sure you guys must be wondering what type of questions an interviewer will ask in your Python interview. So in this video, we bring you some of the most asked interview questions. Before starting the video, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for latest technical content. So let's get started. So our first question is, what is Python? It is a very basic question, and it's also very important question. And you guys all know what is Python. That is, it's a high level interpreted general purpose programming language, and also it supports objects, modules, threads, exception handling, and automatic memory management, which help in modeling a real world problems and building applications to solve these problems. This is the answer for this question. Our next question is, what is the difference between lists and tuples? Most of them of you think like both list and tuples are same, but it's not like that. Both are different. Coming to list, lists are mutable and tuples are immutable. That means if we create one list, it can be changeable. That means while we are performing a, a code, you can be changeable the elements in the list. But coming to tuples, these are not changeable while a program is writing. That means the tuple, once the tuple is created, it cannot be changed. Okay, and the list is slow operation. That means it's a slow mode, and tuples are fast. And list requires less memory, and tuples requires more memory. And this is the syntax for list, and tuples for syntax is like this. Here we use square brackets, here we use curly brackets. That is the difference between both list and tuples. So our next question is, what is PEP 8 and why it is important? PEP means Python Enhancement Proposal. It is a document that provides guidelines and best practices on how to write Python code. And also it's an official design document providing information to the Python community or describing a new feature for Python or its processes. Step 8 is especially important since it documents the style guidelines for Python code. Apparently, contributing to the Python open source community requires you to follow these style guidelines sincerely and strictly. You have to tell the answer like this when the interviewer asks about Step 8 and why it is important. So our next question is, Python program for simple interest. I think you guys all know about simple interest, and the formula for simple interest is PTR by 100. That means P means principal amount, T means the time, R is rate. Here you can see one example. Here our principal amount is 10,000 rupees and our rate is 5, time is 5 units. Okay, so if you calculate this like 10,000 into 5 into 5 by 100, you will get answer 2500. So that is the example program, sorry, example answer. So for this for this logic, you have to write the code like this. First, you have to create one function. You have to give three parameters ptr. Okay, and here we have given three parameters 868 as our ptr. So here we have given ptr by 100. So it will calculate the ptr by 100 and it stores in si. After that, we are printing the si here. So like this it will work. This is also one of the important question in an Python interview question. So our next question is, Python program to check Armstrong number. This is very important Python interview question. Firstly, you will have to know about what is Armstrong number. It means the sum of each digit powered to the total number of digits is the same as given number That means here you can see one example like 153. Here output saying that it is an Armstrong number. Why? Because if you multiply 1 into 1 into 1 plus 5 into 5 into 5 plus 3 into 3 into 3. If we calculate like this, you will get the same number like 153. That numbers, those numbers are called an Armstrong number. Okay. If you see like 120, it's not an Armstrong number. If you calculate 1 into 1 into 1, 2 into 2 into 2, and if you add those two numbers, you will get only 9. So it's not an Armstrong number. So that is Armstrong number. Hope you understand this Armstrong number. So let's look at the code. So here we have written the code for Armstrong number. We have created one function like is Armstrong, and we have taken one number. We have stored that number in temp, and we are performing a loop like temp not equal to 0 or is equal to temp mod 10. So after that, here you will get the answer like 3. If the input is 153, you will get 3 as R. So here we are performing 3 times like forward of the R, and we are storing that number in sum 1. Okay, so this is the code, or you can also write the code for Armstrong number like this. Second, you can also write the code for Armstrong number like this. First, you have to take the input from the user, and you have to store that input in temp. You have to create one variable with 0, and after that we have to write the uh, like condition logic here. So R is equal to n mod 10. So here it will give, if 153 is the number, it will give the R has the value of 3. Okay. So and after that it gives n is equal to, here we have used two slashes because it will give only integer value. Okay, and like that loop will continue up to 153, sorry, up to 1. So whenever the loop exit, so it can if here we have given if temp is equal to sum, it prints Armstrong, else it prints not. You can also write program for Armstrong number like this. Okay, our next question is, wait a second, Python program to print all prime numbers in an interval. Okay, um, there are two questions like the interviewer will ask like write the Python code for to find the number is prime or not, mm, or interviewer will ask like prime numbers in an interval. Okay, so the definition for prime number, I think you all know, like prime number is a natural number greater than 1 that has no positive divisors other than 1 and itself. Okay, few prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. So let's see the code for prime numbers in an interval. Okay guys, first we have taken two numbers, that is starting and ending of the number. Okay, and after that we have taken one for loop. Here the starting number is 11 and ending number plus 1, so that means ending number up to 25. Okay, so here we are checking value is greater than 1 or not. If the condition is true, then this for loop will execute from 2. If the value mod 2 is equal to 0, then it will break. Okay, so after that we are again in else condition, we have given n is equal to where 2 slashes 2 plus 1. Okay, and you know what's the output for these two slashes, that means it only gives integer. So like that the loop will continue up to 11 to 25, and after that it will print the numbers between 11 and 25. Sorry, only prime numbers. It prints only prime numbers. This is the code for prime numbers in an interval. Okay, you can also write with your own logic. That's very good option. So this is the code. Okay, let's see our next question. Okay, Python program to add two numbers. This is very basic question. So you have to take the input two numbers from the user and you have to add those two numbers. Okay. So okay, here we have taken num1, num2, 15 plus 2, and we are adding those two numbers. We have taken one variable sum is equal to num1 plus num2. Okay, and after that we are printing the values. Okay, we are printing the value. You can write with your own logic. This is very basic question. Okay. So our next question is Python program for factorial of a number. Okay, factorial means if the user wants 4 factorial, that means 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that means 24. Okay, if the user wants 6 factorial, then the answer is 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 1, that means 720. Okay, that is the factorial of a number. Let's see the code for sorry let's see the code for factorial of a number. So firstly, we have created one function factorial n. Okay, here we are passing that factorial num, okay, to this function, and we are checking the conditions. The main condition is here and logic is also here. We have declared fact is equal to 1. Okay, while 1, sorry, if the user enters 4, 4 is greater than 1, so the condition is true, then it will the loop will come here, and fact into is equal to n. I think you all know the meaning of this into is equal to n. Let me fact equal to fact into n. Okay, that is equal to fact into is equal to, sorry, n. Okay, so this is equal to this. Okay, so here we have written in short form, and after that we are decrementing the value of n. Okay, because we have to multiply like 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 in an decrement mode. So we are decrementing the value of n. So like that, you have to write the code for factorial of a number. If you have any other logic, you can also implement, and you can try with your own logic also. That is very good option. Okay, this is the factorial of a number. Let's see the next question. Python program for compound interest. Okay, interest means the compound interest P into 1 plus R by 100 into T. Okay, so this is also a formula, and you have to take the input from the user like P, R, T. Okay, here also same principal amount, rate, time of span. Okay, and this is the example for the compound interest. This is same like simple interest, but the formula is different, nothing else. Here we have created one function. In the inside the function we have created, sorry, we have taken three parameters: principal, rate, and time. And after that we are calculating the compound interest with our formula. That's really very simple program. Okay, and here we are passing these parameters to this function. So after that, here printing the interest. Here we have stored the compound interest. Here CL, we are printing CL, sorry, CI. Okay, so our next and last final question is Python program for find area of circuit. And you all know, guys, area of circle. The formula for area of circle is pi r square, where r is the radius of the circle. So this is also a logical question. If you know the area, sorry, formula for area of circle, then only you will you will able to write the code for this program. So remember the formula for area of circle, that is pi r square. Okay, let's see the code. This is also very simple. We have created pi 3.142. Okay, this is the value for pi. Okay, after that here um, r. Okay, r into r, if the r is 2, 2 square, 2 into 2, that means 4, and 4 into 3.142, that answer will return here, and here we are printing the area. Okay, so these are the Python interview questions, the two most important questions. Solve these problems, and if you have any other doubts, let me know in comment section, and try with your own logics also. Thank you for watching this video.